Okay, we're back here. I'll move the trash pile out of the way. Anyway, we're cooking shrimp. That's garlic. Shrimp etouffee. This is Trinity, which is green bell peppers, onions, celery. The onions should be about 25% more than the other two. So I've got like a cup of onions, 3/4 of a cup of bell pepper, and 3/4 of a cup of celery. But we're going to make a roux with some of this. Well, you can't see it anymore. Plug or butter, fine butter. And you got to have equal parts. I'm going to use 3 or 4 tablespoons of butter and 3 or 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour in this pan. Make a roux. But I was talking to a person the other day, and she said, you know, you got to be Cajun to make Cajun food. Well, that just flew all over me. I've been thinking about that ever since she said that. That's like saying you got to be Chinese to cook Asian food. That's so darn stupid. Anyway, this book right here, I bought, look at that, 1984, and it's Chef Paul Prudhomme's Louisiana Kitchen. Folks, buy this book. It is quintessential Cajun. And there ain't nobody more Cajun than this Chef Paul Prudhomme. And he put it all in here. I've got 3 of his books, but this here is the best one. The Louisiana, hold on, Chef Prudhomme's Louisiana Kitchen. Chef Paul Prudhomme's Louisiana Kitchen. Get this book. It's got 10,000 rubs in it. All right, we'll be back. We'll make a roux. Bye. Okay, a roux consists of equal parts of butter or some type of oil. I use butter. I do use olive oil, but Cajun food, them Cajuns, they use butter. I mean, they do use olive oil, but it's mostly butter. And on a medium-low heat, you get this butter melted. Now, you don't want to rush this. I'm going to put that flour, look at that. I'm going to put that flour, that's overlit there. See, I'm still part of the crew. This flour in this roux, and then I'm going to stir it with this here spatula. That's a Teflon spatula, too. I mean, a silicone spatula. It won't burn. Cook it real slow, and we're going to go to a medium dark roux. It's going to, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And it's going to look like color about peanut butter and smell just like toasted nuts. And then we'll go from there. It's called a roux. Not a kangaroo, but just a roux. Not a bloody roux, just a roux. Roux. Alright, we'll be back. Okay. At this point, it's been cooking about 3 or 4 minutes. Now, this is a blonde roux. Anyway, let me get over here. It's just pure white. You could add cooked sausage to this thing right now and have sausage gravy over your biscuits down south, or, well, not down south or anywhere. See, that's another thing. You don't have to be Southern to cook Southern food. I mean, you could be from Taiwan or Indonesia. All you gotta do is just learn how to cook Southern food. Anyway, now this is just getting a little bit dark right now, so we're gonna get it to about the color of peanut butter. All right, we'll be back. Start smoking. Oh, you don't want to rush this. You want to take your time. Because if you burn it, you're going to regret it with a nasty old tasting whatever this roux is going to go into. And it goes into a lot of stuff. But tonight, it's etouffee. Shrimp etouffee. Alright. Talk to you later. We'll be back. Bye. Okay. Now this here is, as you can see, it's a little bit darker. See? Well, I don't know. I just don't have good lighting, but it's a little bit darker, but we're going to get it to the color of peanut butter. So this has been about 8 minutes now, so it's got to cook it on low. You can't rush it. You'll mess it up. Anyway, constantly, see, I ain't constantly stirring. You need to constantly stir. Anyway, I'll be back. That's in that Paul Prudhomme book, too. He got a whole article on roux. All right, we'll be back. Bye. Okay, it's about the color of peanut butter. Let's see if I can adjust the lights here a little bit. I can stand in front of it. There you go. Well, there's my shadow of my head, big old freak head. But anyway, it's about the color of peanut butter, and it's not scorched. It tastes good. So I'm gonna crank the heat up now, and I'm gonna put this Trinity in there, and I'm gonna cook that for about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to add some spice. Here's my basic rub. I'm getting low. I'm going to have to make some more. I already put the recipe up there. I'll make some more here. Anyway, I'm going to add this Trinity. Like I said, it was a cup of onions, 3/4 cup of celery, and 3/4 of a cup of green bell pepper. Now, I don't show y'all chopping techniques. You should already know how to chop this stuff. If you don't, I guess Google chopping vegetables. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, I've cooked these about 3 or 4 minutes here, and I've just added that garlic. You can see the little white specks in there. Now I'm gonna cook this on medium low, which is about that much heat, for another 6 or 7 minutes, and then we're gonna put a little bit of, we're gonna put some cayenne pepper in here, and these tomatoes. I got some of the kitchen basics seafood broth, and this is a weeknight, so I ain't making seafood broth. I just have to do all this. I cheat a lot, but it still tastes good. It's real good. All right, we'll be back. Okay, there's one thing you gotta remember now. When you got this trinity inside this roux here, you still need to stir it, because you can still that roux still in there, and you can burn it, you can scorch it. Tastes like crap. Tastes like, I don't know, maybe a mule muffin or something. I don't know. Anyway, don't scorch your roux. We'll be back. Because that was addendums. I like addendums. All right, we'll be back. All right, now I've got some cayenne pepper. I got about like, I don't know, half a teaspoon, because my basic rub don't have enough to make this taste like Cajun. Salt, bay leaf. I'm going to pour this in here. Alright, we're going to give that, I think, give this a quick stir. Alright, we're going to give this a quick stir. Then, look at that. Oh my goodness. Yes. Dang. My little German amigo, she can't have none of this. Now, this is about 7 or 8 ounces of fire roasted diced tomatoes from this company here. And turn it upside down. Muir Glen. I cut the can upside down. I don't care. Fire roasted tomatoes. This stuff here, folks, will forget the other brands. Get those fire roasted tomatoes. All right, hear that? We added this. Now we're gonna stir this in, and we're gonna turn the heat way down low and let it just kind of simmer for about, I don't know, another 10 minutes or so to get those spices incorporated in there. And I'm going to cook some rice over there, that perfect steamed rice. Alright, we're going to be back. Okay, I'm thinking 10 minutes is probably going to be too long. I'm just going to let these tomatoes warm up here a little bit, and just look at this. This is going to turn into a wonderful gravy. Oh, and I got like a half a pound, well, about 3/4 of a pound, a little over the shrimp right here with basic rub on there too. So we're gonna put some of this seafood stock into here. Then we're gonna simmer it for about 10 minutes. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We'll be back. All right, again, here's another tip. Just don't pour all the 2 cups of liquid into your roux and your wonderfulness here. You pour a little bit, and then stir it up, because it's pretty congealed right now. Look at that. Pour a little bit more, and then stir it up. Oh yeah, see, because you have to break it back down, because you've been pretty violent on this gravy here, and that's all it is. It's just a wonderful gravy. That's going to have to be simmered about 10 or 15 minutes. Now you can pour it all in there. See, now look, see, that's what you want. Look at that. I might end up adding a little bit more, but I'm going to put a lid on it, and I'm going to simmer it for another 10 or 15 minutes now. You see all those bay leaves floating around there. They ain't consummated their relationships yet with them tomatoes. You got to, after you have a wedding, you got to have a consummation. Anyway, look at that. I wish you could smell it. Anyway, we'll be back. Okay, now I'm going to revise this again. I've put probably 2 1/4 cups of liquid in here of that seafood stock. Because I like to make it my own, but I can't because this is during the week. But now I'm going to let this simmer for, I've got it to a boil, and now I'm going to let it simmer for 20-25 minutes while I'm cooking that rice. You want it just thicken a little, not a lot. Just you want it to thicken to about, anyway, you'll see. Then you're gonna put them shrimps in there, and I'm gonna serve it over this rice, and it's gonna be great. All right, this is it. But we'll be back. Okay, we're 10 minutes into this. As you can see, I gotta reach over here and grab this thing. It's starting to tighten up. See, them bay leaves ain't floating in there anymore. It's gonna tighten up here, but I'm not gonna use any more butter. There's enough in there. Just the roux alone. The more it cooks, the tighter it gets. But you don't want it to turn into paste, so you gotta watch it and stir it constantly. And I'm going to put in these shrimps at the last minute, because these things only take about 6 minutes to cook. Take it off the heat. And let's see here, I got 10 more minutes. That's on that rice, so it's going to come up. Today's my mom's birthday. I'm going to wish her happy birthday here in a minute. Anyway, we'll talk to you in a bit. Bye. Okay, now you can see it's starting to really get thick. And it will. So I got the heat turned all the way down. I probably got another 6 minutes or so. I'm gonna put them shrimp in there, and these parsley flakes, a couple tablespoons of that. And then these shrimp are gonna add a little bit of moisture to it, so you'll cook it back down for another 3 or 4 minutes, 6 minutes at the most, and then turn the heat off and serve it over that rice. On a warm plate. You got shrimp etouffee. Alright, we'll be back. Oh, you can put some sliced green onions on top of all that. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, I added those shrimps and a couple of tablespoons of that parsley. I don't know if you can see that parsley or not. It makes oh, there you go. It makes a wonderful green color. And that's Italian parsley. That ain't that curly stuff they put on plates in restaurants as greenery. This flat leaf Italian parsley. See it? See it? Don't forget it. Flat leaf Italian parsley. Okay, we'll be back. We've got like 3 more minutes on the rice, and I've got about 8 or 9 more minutes on this shrimp. Alright, it's going to be a downtime. We'll be back. Okay, this has been cooking now for about, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes. The shrimp are pink. That means you're done, so we can turn the heat off. And this will thicken up over the next few minutes. This rice is ready. It's perfect rice. I can't lift the top because I gotta let it sit. Just finished. I gotta let it sit 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes before you lift the top off the heat. See, there's nothing burning on there. So anyway, now this will tighten up as you let it sit a little bit. We're gonna put it on some warm plates. Big scoop of rice, onions on top of that, and I'm gonna let it rest. This is the downtime I'm talking about. Okay, we'll be back. All right. I was talking to my mother. It's her birthday. This is June 21st, 2011. My mother's 84 years old, and we were talking to her, but I had it looking better than this. There's my wife. This is so damn good. Oh, listen to that. Iced tea, etouffee. It's just the right amount of spice. All right, y'all look for this on YouTube and the blogger on Google. The Google blogger. All right, I'm gonna finish eating this. I'm sorry. Y'all are missing out. But anyway, this is it. It's good. We'll be back.